You are watching the SEC on ESPN. We are watching the Gators very closely. We're in Gainesville, Florida, Game 3 of this, what has been a great rivalry on the baseball diamond. Top 20 matchup, Florida 28-12, Auburn 26-12. Game 3 coming up. We split the first two. It has been a lot of fun. Yesterday, though, Auburn had to fight a bunch of battles to pick up the win. Injuries, the topic. Logan Gregoria, he pulls an oblique, and then their starting catcher, Chase Freilich, were their best hitters as well. He gets hit by a pitch, has to leave the game. But that freshman at the top of the lineup, Mason McCrane, with 2 home runs in the game, came in with 1 home run all year. And then they turned it over to their bullpen, and Jackson Sanders was fantastic at 4 to 3rd. And a double play with the bases loaded at the bottom of the 9th inning gets Auburn off the field and a victory. They win it 5-3. And a good afternoon, everybody. A warm afternoon here in Gainesville. Dave Neal alongside former All-American at Auburn and a big leaguer, Greg Olson. Glad you could join us for this one. That win yesterday by Auburn really was a testament to this team. I mean, nothing went right early, and they found a way to win. What does that mean for Auburn moving forward?
I think it's a talking point for the rest of the season. You found a way to come in here into Gainesville and steal a win. They're just trying to get 1 win, and they're down to their 4th catcher. 2 guys get knocked out of the game. It's just one of those bizarre games, and Jackson Sanders carries the load at the end of the game, and they find a way to get a win. Yeah,
well, let's see if that carries them here to a Game 3 win on the road against this Florida team, which is a top 4 RPI team in the country as well. Meanwhile, Florida, they've got some tools. Obviously, you wouldn't be where they are in the national scene, but Blake Sear has come into this weekend and really put on a pretty good show, both defensively and offensively.
He really has. This catch right here ends up saving 2 runs and is the difference in the game. First inning of Thursday night's game, and then he'll follow it up with a 3-run bomb, and he'll follow it up again last night. Hanging slider, and he takes it out of the yard before they're doing damage.
The Gators had a chance to win it last night in the 9th, but couldn't get the runs home. They'll turn it over today to their number 3 starter, Russell Sandefur. But listen, not a great start his last time out, but he could be some teams in this league first, second starter. He's that good.
Yeah, he is that good. So he's got great stuff. The issue is commanding the zone. He's got to be in the zone. He could not land the slider last week. Became one-dimensional. See if he can find his way with a week of bullpens and get the work in.
Well, here's a look at this Auburn lineup that will attack Russell Sandefur. Mason McCrane, who will lead things off again. Eric Guevara has had just a phenomenal weekend here defensively in particular. He is a big-time player. We'll talk more about him as this day unfolds. Bub Terrell was hitting higher in the lineup, but the last 2 days he came in, hit 8th yesterday. He's hitting 9th today for Auburn, and he certainly is one of their better hitters, or has been this year, but kind of in a little bit of a funk. We'll see how that plays out today as well. Sandefur's first pitch misses as Mason McCrane, the freshman out of Salem, Alabama, about 40-45 minutes. A little bit between Columbus, Georgia, and Auburn, Alabama, right in the middle between those 2 towns, kind of on the west side of Georgia and the east side of Alabama. Now we know.
Now I know.
So, in other words, he's close to the Auburn community. He was fantastic last night, Mason McCrane. He's 6'6", 205 pounds. And really got a home run. His first one yesterday was an oppo shot into the Auburn bullpen, and he kind of cut the baseball. He didn't even really barrel it.
Yeah, it wasn't like what you're seeing on the launch angle swings. It was more of a downward slice.
And his second home run was shot out to center field, right into the batter's eye. The count 3-2 now. Sandefur, 36 strikeouts, 10 walks on the year, making his 12th appearance, but his 6th start. Swing and a miss, and Mason McCrane goes down.
All right, looked like Sandefur was feeling for the strike zone, knowing what happened last week, and he's at 91-92 starting out, and he's 3-0 count. And then all of a sudden, you saw the velo dial up to 95-96, and he gets into that strike rhythm, and it's a nasty 2-seam running sinker.
Now it's Eric Guevara, the third baseman. Eric out of Panama City, Panama. Now in his 3rd season with the Tigers and having a Fantastic run of it. 368, 7 homers, 28 RBIs. But as good as he's been hitting it, he's been even better on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, if they gave college gold gloves, he has my vote.
Yeah. 94 off the plate to Eric. 5'11", 207-pounder. High in the air toward the line and right. Hayden Yost will float that way and make a catch, 2 down. You know, yesterday's game, it was interesting. Like, there was a pop-up to third base, and Florida couldn't handle the ball. Drops, run scores, 2 outs, runners were moving, and next batter hits the home run, and that was really the difference in the game. It wasn't like Florida played horrendously well, but one play kind of determined the outcome of that game as Chase Fralick steps in.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like the same thing on Thursday night with Sears' catch out in left field. That was the difference of saving 2 runs, and it ended up, you know, spinning around and momentum completely shifted.
Chase Fralick steps to the plate yesterday, hit by a pitch on that right elbow. And you see the pad on that left side. Now, he had a little white pad that like the top half of that pad, that's what he had yesterday, and it was white. And he said he told me that this morning it was operator error. He had it too high up, and the pitch hit him just below the pad. And this is what it looked like. And he stayed in the game at that at-bat, came out, and then the next inning he just couldn't throw and left, and it looked pretty bad, but x-rays came back negative. Said he woke up this morning and it was like super sore, but a couple hours of rehab type stuff, and by the time he got on the team bus to come to the ballpark, he said it was still a little sore, but he could move it well enough to swing the bat.
Operator error.
Yeah, that's what he said. And he's got the double pad now. There's a 3-1 strike. It's got little bottom part to it that covers up the part that got hit by the baseball yesterday.
You know, he's been in the lineup every game. Big piece behind the plate, moves into the DH spot, so Lucas Steele will be catching, but he and Petrovic have worked together 5 or 6 times this season. So not really a big issue. Yesterday it was a big issue when Fralick went out. Gregorio got hurt. They moved Steele in to Fralick's spot in the DH spot. Excuse me, in Gregorio's spot. So Butch Thompson has his 4th-string catcher in the game for the first time in the year.
They survived it, though. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball to the right side. That'll be gobbled up over there by Stripling, and a 1-2-3 start for Russell Sandiford. Moving to the bottom of the 1st inning here in Gainesville, Florida. Scoreless, moving to the bottom of the 1st inning here at Condren Family Ballpark, a relatively new stadium here for the Gators, and boy, it is a marvelous facility. Alex Petrovic, though, he doesn't really care about the environment. He just wants to pitch well today, and that's what the Tigers are hoping.
He has been on a roll, 6-1, 2.66 ERA. Fastball is going to be low 90s. Really nice breaking ball, nice changeup. He's got a really good 4-pitch mix, adding a cutter. And he has just been lights out in this number 3 role for Auburn.
Opponent's hitting .201. against Alex. This is the lineup. Kyle Jones, see where he ranks in the Southeastern Conference, but has yet to score a run in this series. 42 runs on the year, 16 stolen bases. Nice to be able to just go ahead and pin him in at the top of the lineup for Florida. Brendan Lawson and Ethan Surwick, a dynamic duo, and a Carson Bowen, experienced catcher behind the plate, that has handled this staff quite nicely this year. Of course, we talked about Blake Sear at the top of the show with a couple of home runs this weekend as well. Petrovic's last warm-up toss and down to second base, and we are just about set. Temperature's 84 right now, but looking at the weather apps, it's going to be in the low to mid-90s by the time we get around to the 4th, 5th inning. Thank goodness there is air conditioning here. Kevin O'Sullivan, 3-time SEC Coach of the Year, 9 trips to the College World Series. Few have done it as well as he has. I don't know how these coaches handle these 10 SEC weekends. Last night had a super regional feel to it. Every pitch seemed like it was every pitch was just so important.
It was. It was a great game. It was a great atmosphere, and it felt like the game could teeter on any play, any pitch.
And it was a 5-3 Auburn win. Florida won game 1 6-3. Larson, the sophomore out of Athens, Georgia, North Oconee High School, won a couple of state championships in high school. And that's in there for a strike. And a young man who just shows you never give up on your dream. Only 2 scholarship offers coming out of high school. Kennesaw State and Stetson. Decided to take the Stetson route. That one's to the backstop. Didn't expect to play as a true freshman. Had a 5th-year senior out in center field. And Jones was just kind of waiting his time, figured he'd take a while for him to get out there. Well, the 5th-year senior went like 0 for 5 on the opening game. A couple of strikeouts. Next game, he gets the start, has 3 doubles or 3 hits and 2 doubles, and never left the field.
Yeah.
The rest of his freshman year, became a freshman All-American.
Yeah, hit 355 that year. Last year, only 4 games with a shoulder injury, but ultra athletic center fielder. You're going to see him getting drafted early. It just amazes me. It really does that you just look at him in the batter's box.
And we'll watch him walk to the dugout.
Yeah.
After taking a great pitch from Petrovic.
Petrovic with a 4-seam fastball. There had been a couple sinkers in. That time he changes the spin rate up on it. He throws a 4-seamer. Stays right on plane, right where he started it. Jones had seen the sinker, so he thought it was going to leave the plate. And that 4-seamer stays right on the inside corner.
Jones now 1 for 8 in this series. And that'll take us to Brendan Lawson, the Gators shortstop. Lawson, 2 for 7 this weekend. Scored a couple of runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. The next 2 guys in this lineup, including Lawson here and then Ethan Surwick, they are both of them are now top 10 in the country in hard hit balls.
And they have both barreled up a lot of balls here, along with Blake Sear in the 5-hole.
Oh, that one just misses.
That's 3 straight pitches where I'm going, I don't know where that missed.
Yeah. Yeah, he could see that from Alex Petrovic, too. He's like, what?
Feels like my first time I'm facing Don Mattingly, and you're going, there is no strike zone other than the middle part of the white.
And a 4-pitch walk, and a couple of those Petrovic would like to have be able to tap the hat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't trust the pitcher, so the catcher has to do it.
Yeah.
But that is the one thing. I mean, Lawson hasn't gotten the hits. He's hit the ball hard this weekend, but he's found 3 walks, found his way on base. And
here comes Ethan Surwick. Started his career at Ole Miss last year. Not a whole lot of playing time. Need a little fresh start. Gets in the transfer portal and comes here to Florida and has just been fantastic. 331 average, second on the team with 7 homers. Leads him in runs, batted in with 39. Shoots this one foul. That'll get out to the berm, and a souvenir for a fan on the hill.
Kept the beverage.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Used the offhand to make the catch.
Lawson is 10 out of 12 in his stolen base attempts on the year. And if there is one difference really between Frelick and Lucas Steele behind the plate, it's Frelick's got a little better arm. So you just wonder if Florida might try to test that early on.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm wondering. See the lean.
Sharply hit, another base hit. Surowick now with an 8-game hit streak. What was the word you used last night? Surowick, he's just hitterish.
Hitterish.
Yeah.
He looks hitterish. His foul balls are hitterish. Everything about him right now is hitterish. And when you get Lawson on base in front of him, there's no place to put him. There's no place to tinker around in the zone. I got to pitch to him in that spot. And he hits a Petrovic slider through the 56 hole.
A little bit of trouble for Petrovic here with 2 on and 1 out. And Carson Bowen. Bowen 242 on the year, 3 homers, 7 doubles on the season for the Gator catcher, who has just been dynamic defensively behind the plate. Calls the game. There are a few teams in the SEC that let their catchers kind of handle pitch calling. But with all the technology, there aren't many out there that let their catchers do it.
No, and as I said, Steele has worked with Petrovic for about 4 or 5 SEC weekends. So they have a good thing going, and I like it. I mean, you know, I understand both sides of the equation. One of it is you got 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that are, in effect.
Well, that ball's out to center field, and Bub Torella is there to make the catch, and everybody back to their respective bases, so 2 down now.
But you got 18, 19-year-old kids, in effect, running your program. But, I mean, that's how important the pitch sequencing is. You got Bub Terrell out in center field with Bristol Carter down with an illness. But then on the other side of it, they're going to get to professional baseball, and if they've never called a pitch, they're going to get everything thrown on them, and they're not going to understand the process.
Petrovic tried to get out of this jam. High in the air, out to left.
He's lost it.
Mason McCrane lost the ball. It doesn't matter, it's out of here. That's why he didn't see it, it was so high. 3-run shot. Stay hot, Blake's here. His 3rd home run of the weekend.
He was the absolute difference in game 1. I'm sitting there watching Mason McCrane going, he has no idea where the ball is. The ball ends up landing about 30 yards behind him. But it was a moonshot.
That ball's hit hard out to center field off the bat of Landon Stripling, but right to Bub Terrell. Boy, you don't see that very often. The left fielder looking lost for the baseball, and well, it ends up in the berm and left. Blake Sear with the 7th homer of the year gives the Gators their early lead. Butch Thompson, this team now going to have to play uphill as they trail 3-0 after 1 inning of play, trying to get his club back to Omaha. They right now currently they're ranked 13th in the country, but among the top 8 national seeds, according to D1Baseball.com. A lot of baseball will be played, but right now they would be able to host a regional and super if they got through the regional. Florida, a 4 seed currently by D1 Baseball. Everybody chasing the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC standings. Crowd here not real happy that that was off the plate to Chris Rembert, but they should go back and look at a few of the pitches that Petrovic threw last inning.
Yeah.
See how they feel about those.
That at bat against Lawson, man, that was a tight zone.
And that's in there for a strike. Looking at Russell Sandifer. Had a 1-2-3 frame in the first. 94.
Well, that's just a smooth, easy 94, 95. Works fast.
Chris Rembert, sophomore second baseman. 3 for 10 this weekend at the plate.
A lot of back and forth right there. You know what, with the technology, and I talked about it last inning, the technology, you don't see a pitcher shaking. You don't see the back and forth between a pitcher and a catcher anymore.
Off the end of the bat, down the first baseline. And Stripling will take it himself for 1 out.
Well, when Sandifer gets ahead, and he got ahead with that nasty 2-seam fastball, bottom of the zone, then all of a sudden, here comes the big sweeper, short little cutter. He's got all sorts of options to put you away with.
Here is Eddie Madrigal, the Tiger first baseman. Had ACL surgery last year. Took a while to get back onto the field this year as he chops this one over to first. And again, Stripling, a busy man over there. 2 down.
3 straight. 3 straight, 3 U's. You can go a whole game over at first base and not get a ground ball. He's gotten 3 straight.
Ethan Bingaman, a freshman out of California, hitting .295. Bingaman got off to a good start yesterday. Home run and a double.
He had 3 at-bats where he swung at the first pitch and then he walked in the other one.
Hit his 2nd home run of the year. Now has 14 runs batted in conference play. That's really, at this point in the season, you hear all the coaches talk about You know, you can look at the overall stats, but to get a real feel for the opponent or your team, the SEC numbers start to matter a little bit more at this point in the season.
Well, yeah, you're not going to get some of those midweek games that are going to be 19-0 and everybody gets 4 or 5 hits. It's tough sledding in the SEC week to week.
Here's the 1-2, chop foul.
And Sandifer is a perfect reason. Here's your number 3. Here's your guy that's going on Saturday or Sunday. This is the number 3 guy. So if this is your number 3, it's a nasty sinker at 94, 95. Hitting in the SEC is not easy.
Boy, 2 weeks ago was outstanding here at Condren Family Ballpark against Ole Miss. And then goes to Georgia last weekend and just didn't have it. But still his club able to overcome and win in Athens. Boy, Sandifer thought that was strike 3. He was getting ready to jog off the field.
You get to see he's feeling it. He's got the momentum. He's getting back on the mound, getting the ball. Carson Bowen puts in the sign, and he is going. He is working fast, and they got a really good sequence, a back and forth between Bowen and Sandifer. Bowen's calling the pitches for Florida now. That changed about a week ago. Really wanted to buck the trend of the pitches that they were calling. They felt like they were getting a little bit too predictable. And so to change things up, Carson Bowen is now calling the pitches and just giving it a different look, different sequences.
That one's down the line and right, slicing, just foul. Young man almost had himself a catch. Still comes up with the baseball, though. Good hustle, and his buddy recognizes the effort. There you go.
I thought he was asking for the ball because he dropped it. You dropped it, you don't,
right.
you don't get to keep it.
You have to taunt the guy that you got the ball. Jeez. There's a walk by Bingaman. Hung in there, fouled off a couple of pitches, and finally ends up at first base.
That was another good AB. You've seen guys locked in the middle, bottom of the order, and Bingaman definitely locked in with that 2-for-3 home run yesterday. Really good AB right there, spoiling some good sliders and sweepers.
So that'll get us to Lucas Steele. Lucas, the senior, transfer. Grew up in Hoover, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. Spent a couple of years at Samford, now in his second season with the Auburn Tigers. That one misses inside. He had weird splits from overall to conference last year. Hit 270 overall, but against conference pitching last year, Lucas Steele was .338 in 22 SEC games.
He's a veteran bat, freshman All-American at Samford, and his starts to the season, last season and this season, are just ridiculously slow. 1 for 17, cannot get a hit. And then he finds his way, stays in the lineup, they stay with him, and he gets it rolling at the end of the year like he did last year. And today he's in there with Freilich's elbow injury.
Lucas 0 for 4 yesterday and trying to get his first hit of this series. Sharply hit, just foul.
I got Jeremy Dupree at first base, first base umpire.
Early start, he's awake now. The 2-1, little change up in there for a strike. Well, he was just cruising along. That slider was good, and he just couldn't find the plate with it.
Yeah, it just, he was working so fast, and all of a sudden, it's the right-left move around, and just lost the zone for a minute.
Sharply hit. How about that? The last 4 outs have come by Landon Stripling over there at first base. Sharply hit, but nothing to show for it. Tigers will leave a runner, bottom of the second on the other side. It is a family affair at Condren Family Ballpark. And speaking of families, want a big shout out to one of our producers here at ESPN, Sean Jackson, who was supposed to be producing this weekend, but he had other things come up. His wife went into labor, and their third son, Dylan Scott Jackson, was born. Everybody's healthy, mom and baby. And I know that Sean and Dylan are probably on the sofa right now watching us on ESPN too. So congrats to the Jackson family on their third child.
Absolutely.
And a shout out to Eric Posner, our producer, came in last minute. EPOS is one of the best in the business and haven't missed a beat.
Yeah, I have not.
Yeah, we have to call him as a defensive replacement. That's what we call Eric.
Oh, all right. I was looking around the field going, wait, what did I miss and what happened now?
Swing and a miss by Cade Curlin. Curlin's had some really good at-bats. Average not where he certainly would want it, hitting .253 on the year. But I still think that there's a lot more in the tank, and that number is going to be, by the time we get to tournament time, whether SEC or NCAA, he's going to be hitting at a much better clip. He's made some really nice plays at second base this weekend.
Well, and that's one good aspect that I love is that, okay, you know what, I'm not hitting. I'm at least going to take care of my business in the field and try to take and do something a little bit more there.
That ball's hit pretty hard out to left center. Bub Terrell on the run. He'll make the catch as he calls off Mason McCrane. Bub's already been involved. 3 catches in center field today. And Bub's normally not a center fielder.
No, normally he's out in left. Last year he was in right as a freshman. This year, mostly left field. He takes over for Bristol Carter, as I said, who's dealing with an illness.
Yeah, they're not sure. Bristol, their leadoff man as well. It's kind of messed their lineup a little bit, but maybe they found something in Mason McCrane in that leadoff spot this weekend. But certainly not having Bristol kind of disrupts the flow in the outfield a little bit.
Yeah, Bristol has not been hitting that well, but he finds his way on base, and he is a load of energy.
Ground ball. Boy, they had that played absolutely perfect. Rembert with an easy catch and throw.
Rembert was standing dead behind second base.
I ask a lot of the guys, I probably have asked you, and I may have forgotten the answer to this, but as a pitcher, how do you feel about the shift?
I hated it. Yeah. Because the 1 or 2 times that a guy would carve one against all his odds, it always seemed to go into effect against me.
Right.
You know, I throw a nice 2-seam fastball down and away, and somebody stays inside of it, and my shortstop's up the middle, and nobody's, you know, playing shortstop. But I mean, there's a lot to like about it. The odds of where these guys hit it, I just don't feel like it's, in the major leagues at least, they don't pitch to it. Okay, so if I got a pull side shift, these guys are throwing something away, fastballs away, where if it's easy to carve something to the opposite side. And I don't feel like in the major league level, at least they pitch to the shift.
Well, that's popped up off the bat of Hayden Yost in foul territory. Boy, I tell you what, Brandon McCrane, the shortstop, it appeared that he called off Eric Guevara, the third baseman, because Eric kind of just quit on him.
No, I think he did. I think he did, because you'll see right here, Guevara's giving chase to it, and then right now he peels off. And McCrane looks down to see where he is. Just a miscommunication, and we've seen that happen 3 times now.
Yeah, this weekend.
And every one of them come back to bite the team on defense.
Now it's 2-2 on Hayden Yost. Hayden up to 211 on the year, 3 home runs. 2 of them came last weekend in Athens. Georgia leading the country in home runs, but they didn't get any on Florida last weekend. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. So a couple of extra pitches, but no damage done on the drop pop-up. 3-0 Florida after 2. It's Auburn, Florida, the SEC on ESPN from Gainesville, Florida. Some storylines from around the country. How about last week, Georgia Tech and Florida State? It was a top 5 matchup. Georgia Tech just really put it on Florida State. Then they turn around and have to play 3rd-ranked North Carolina this weekend. Tar Heels win the first one in that matchup. Georgia Tech's been one of the great stories in college baseball. Nebraska, 13-3 in the Big Ten. They walked off 12th-ranked Southern Cal last night in 10 innings. Southern Cal has been consistent all season long. And the other line on that, Boston College had 14 stolen bases last night in a win over Duke.
Can you say pitch out?
Yeah, we don't see it anymore. Brandon McCrane out to right field, and that'll be caught there by Hayden Yost. But that's a great point. I mean, anybody that watches baseball, how many pitch outs have you seen the last couple of years? I mean, it's rare. Yeah.
It's gone. I don't understand it. I mean, it was an integral part of the game. And you want to just, I mean, as a pitcher, you're going, okay, just shake your head once, shake your head twice, give the impression to the guy at first base that I'm trying to find my next pitch, and then throw a pitch out and take your shot. But there's a combination of fault. Obviously, the catcher not making a great throw, but if the pitcher doesn't give him a chance, I don't know.
Yeah, you said that to me earlier today, and I started thinking, I was like, I haven't seen a pitch out. Here's Bub Terrell. Bub really struggling in conference play right now. 180 on the year against SEC pitching. Bub 283 on the season. And he has kind of been dropping down in the lineup. Taken out of the game yesterday. Just Butch Thompson just had that feeling about Bub, like maybe now's the time. He just didn't feel comfortable at the plate. Pinch hit for him, which was kind of got us woke us up a little bit to see
Yeah.
Bub taken out of the game because he is such a really good player. Ground ball to Curland. And if Bub gets this thing flipped, he'll go on a tear, I'm sure, because he's too good of a hitter. We saw it last year as a freshman.
Yeah, no, I mean, really, really good player, 5-tool guy, just struggling at the plate. And yesterday, I mean, McNeely's in the game, a right-handed pitcher, bases loaded. You're feeling like, okay, this might be a spot. And then Butch pulls Bub off of the plate, walks him out, and then walks in a right-handed hitter, freshman Combs.
Ground ball to Curlin, stays down on it, throws over to first. How about that inning for Sandefur? 6 pitches for Russell Sandefur. Florida leads 3-0.
It all comes down to this for these gymnasts, a national championship. Who will hoist the trophy? Tune in today on ABC to find out.
That'll be at 3:30 Eastern time, and you see the Florida Gators. They are looking for their 4th gymnastics championship title, their first since 2015. Coming your way from Fort Worth later on this afternoon. They were excited to punch their ticket to that championship meet. Minnesota breaking up the SEC party. 3 of the 4 out of the Southeastern Conference for the championship. And that is the extent of my gymnastics knowledge.
I got a little bit. When we had Suni Lee on the plains of Auburn,
Yeah,
the gymnastics meets were the place to be. So had to go to a couple of them. It's man, these girls are amazing.
Unbelievable athletes. Suni Lee was quite the spectacular show every time she was on the mat or the bars or the beam.
5 or 6 tens, I believe, in a career. It was just.
Here's Kyle Jones. Struck out to start the game for Florida. 3-0 Gators. Fouls that one straight back. The 3 runs came on a Blake Sear home run. Jones will be followed by Brendan Lawson and Ethan Surowick. Blake Sear, boy, 3 hits in this series. All 3 have left the yard.
He has become a major factor in this series. To the point of where you're going, all right, where's Lawson and where's Sear?
Yeah.
And obviously Surowick has not, I don't think Surowick's missed a ball yet or had a bad swing. So you got 3 guys that you're really looking at in this lineup this weekend.
Jones smashes it out to center. That'll drop in for a base hit.
That's what the scouts love about Jones, man. Just a short, compact swing, gets to the ball, 93, bottom of the zone, and he takes it right back up the box. Serious threat to run with 16 stolen bases.
Jones 16 out of 19. Lawson fouls that one back.
I'm going to think that Jones is going to sit at first base for a bit, try to keep Madrigal on the bag. You got Rembert out in right field for Lawson's pull power. With the next couple guys coming up, the way they're swinging it, I wouldn't want to take the chance.
That's in there for a strike. There is Rembert out in shallow right field, and Brandon McCrane, the shortstop, kind of on the second base side of things, near the bag. But yeah, that's you and I were talking, sometimes you might get a little too deep on that.
Yeah, he got a little too deep last night, was able to make a diving play, but could not come up to get the speedy Lawson out at first base. And you got McCrane and Guevara trying to be a modified double play combination. Could have the old 6-5-3 double play.
You know, in this shift, Guevara, there's the runner. The throw down is not in time. And they're going to say that he's off the bag. And here comes Kevin O'Sullivan, who will say he was forced off the bag by McCrane.
Initially, it looked like Christopher Griffith, the second base umpire, said that he was off. He was getting pushed, and that's what Sullivan's saying. Here's a play, steal, decent throw. Now the foot's coming off. He was losing his balance, trying to keep that 1 foot on right here, struggling a little bit.
What do you think? I mean, what would be your decision?
I completely agree with the call on the field. I don't feel like there was an excessive push there, and the balance, you could see he was losing his balance as he was coming up, trying to hold that toe on the bag.
Now, Kevin O'Sullivan wants to have a discussion and maybe want to see if this is a reviewable play.
Take another look at it. I mean, I'm sure the glove helped. The balance wasn't there. He was trying to keep a toe on that bag. I don't know what this conversation's about.
Well, Sully, I could just read his lips. He was like, come on, man. He's over there talking to his former catcher, Mike Rivera, as well, who's the first base coach and handles the catchers for the Gators. Boy, Sully is just not getting the answers that he wanted.
I don't think it's going to be worth a review. You're not going to see enough that he was pushed off the bag, so it goes down as a caught stealing.
So that'll go down as the first out of the inning. Tell you what, it was a good job by Steele behind the plate. We were wondering what it would look like.
Yeah.
You know, obviously one of the things that he's maybe not as good at with Freilich is arm strength back there, but that throw was on the one. It was close to getting their best base stealer.
Yeah, I thought Jones got a great jump, but Steele had thrown out 1 out of the 5 base stealers he's had this year.
And now your bases are empty for Lawson. Well, you're just about to say it's kind of danger zone. Nobody out and a runner on base, and you've got 2, 3, 4 coming up in this Gator lineup.
That's why I didn't think they were going to run Jones.
Yeah.
You know, because Lawson's found his way to hitting through the holes on the pull side. He's hitting everything hard. Surowick's hitting everything hard. And you got those guys coming up with Jones on base.
Sully also has to be a little careful. You know, a few years ago they made, it's not necessarily an immediate ejection or anything, but coaches aren't supposed to go on the field to discuss calls with umpires. They're supposed to go to the baseline, ask for some attention. There's the strikeout of Lawson for out number 2. Umpire going to walk you back, and if you don't, then that becomes a problem. But he immediately went out to the field.
This is Petrovic, changeup, catches the inside corner, and Lawson knew it. Just a great pitch, front door changeup. This inning had some serious chances of getting this game blown open, and all of a sudden you look up and you got two outs.
Still got to get through this guy, Ethan Surowick. Talked a little bit about this weekend, but the first time you watch in Florida, Surowick was at Ole Miss, didn't get a whole lot of playing time, didn't feel like he was going to get much more this year, decides to get in the portal, and he got picked up by Florida as he hits this one high in the air, but went to the Northwoods League and hit 20 home runs. Oh, it's dropped, and he'll have another opportunity. Don't want to give him a free chance. Bingham in hearing it from the kids who want the foul ball.
Looks like he just took his eye off the ball right there, right before it. Long run, got a little bit of wind, not much. Just took his eye off of it. Lucky that ball was foul. But how many, now that's 2 drop pop-ups in foul territory today. We had a drop pop-up yesterday at third base. Drop pop-up behind second base on Thursday. And that's what O'Sullivan was said to me on the first day was, I haven't seen this many drop pop-ups in my life going on this year. That one's obviously not a pop-up, more of a fly ball, but
yeah, a very catchable ball.
Catch the ball in the air. It's really important in baseball.
We got to throw the ball, got to catch the ball.
You're lollygaggers.
You're right. Got hit the ball. You're a bunch of lollygaggers. Oh, that scene in the locker room was classic in Bull Durham.
Oh. Wow.
And right back to the pitcher, and that'll get the Tigers off the field. When we come back, we'll visit with Butch Thompson. Stay with us. Moved to the top of the 4th inning. Florida leading Auburn in Game 3. But yesterday, what a story for Auburn. Talk about just kind of hanging in there and fighting the fight. They lose a couple of starters to injury. Mason McCrane gets the start in the leadoff spot and hits 2 homers. They get a double play to win it all. And the guy that kind of watched it all closely joins us now, Butch Thompson. And Butch, let's go back to last night for a minute. I know you got to put it behind you and move forward, but what an effort by your club. What does that say about this team, and what do you think that'll do for you the way you guys hung on last night? Well, obviously his headset wasn't working. We just talked to him between innings and it was working. Obviously so much going on last night, we didn't have a chance to talk to him.
No.
And now we get a chance to
talk to him. That was right after the Freilich injury. And
yeah. Okay. Well, obviously our headset didn't go down.
Yeah.
Wasn't working, so we sorry about that, Butch. I'll write you an apology letter.
Sign my name at the bottom of it.
So, Butch, you there?
I'm here.
There you go. Hey, listen, back to that real quick, just about the importance of that win last night and what it says about your club.
Well, we just had everything. It's a good, young, talented team like we've been visiting with and talking about all year. But one of those gritty wins where nothing goes your way, a couple of starters goes away, Bristol Carter before we get here this weekend. So just to find a way through a game on the road in the SEC against a team like this is a big deal for us.
Hey, you know, you move Mason McCrane up. We talked yesterday how you just feel like you just need to plug something, try to do something a little bit different, and Mason McCrane steps up. What was that? How did that come about?
A prudent risk is what we're calling it, kind of a military type strategy, and just putting somebody up there that's got the talent and skill, even if we haven't seen it happen in a game before, we see it day in and day out, and it paid off.
Hey, what are you seeing from Alex Petrovic right now?
Well, they jumped us, you know. The home runs have been big in this series. Our 3 home runs with the young guys yesterday were huge to the game. Sears' home run in the first game, and also again today has got us off to not the start that we wanted, but just trying to find a way. We need to be the one that scores next, but we got to start it with a base runner or get a hit and get interested in this game and finish strong. We didn't start the way we wanted to, but maybe we can finish. And, you know, 3-0. This is a very offensive ballpark. I think Sears' home run had a 73% catch probability out there. But here in Gainesville, those are home runs. Yeah. So, but we just got to do our share and punch back here if we got any interest in getting back in this one.
All right, buddy. Always great to talk with you. Good luck rest of the way.
Thanks, George.
Thank you.
73% catch probability.
Yeah, and the ball just kept going. Well, at that particular, I don't know if that one, because if you remember, Mason McCrane lost it, and that bat went up in the netting. Goodness, Freilich.
Well, when my left fielder can't see it, the catch probability is 0.
Yeah. Here's Freilich, of course, coming off that injury, just lost the grip on that one. Heads up.
Yeah, the worst thing is you got to go over to their dugout and hope that somebody hands you the bat.
Of course, hit by a pitch in that elbow yesterday. We're in the double guard, taped up on that right side. You mentioned it briefly last night. This guy was one of the premier high school tennis players in the country.
Recruited by 60 D1 schools. His parents both played tennis in college. And you can kind of see the tennis swing. If you watch this swing at a little bit of a down angle. But man, once he took over the catcher spot last year, early to mid-season, he has been in the lineup every day.
6'2", 227, sophomore out of Peachtree City, Georgia. Laces this one out to right, and a diving catch. Hayden Yost coming up big time for the Gators.
Well, I thought this ball was getting down. Freilich laces it. Great effort by Yost. Kind of an awkward body position on that dive, but able to get the glove. And Sandifer, thank you very much.
Getting some defensive help to keep Auburn at bay. So zeros up on the board for Auburn right now. Rembert trying to break that string, fouls that one straight back. Rembert grounded out to first base in the second inning.
That was really well said, Dave.
Like how I kind of...
Yeah, circumnavigated that.
Yeah. Up and in on Rembert, whose average has dropped to 339.
Was in the leadoff spot on Thursday. Yesterday moved into the 4-hole. Got a couple of hits there.
Chopper, that one is booted by Surowick. Bounced off his leg. Just kind of an awkward hop to Surowick. We'll see if that goes as an error, and it does.
It's a slider. Surowick tried to get it before it hit the ground again because it was going to be that big hop coming off of that. just didn't quite get there. There's not a scorekeeper alive that would have given that a hit. Especially with the thing that's going right now.
There hasn't been a whole lot of action over there on the left side of that infield. Maybe he just wasn't ready. Everything's been poolside.
Yeah, everything's been second base or first base.
Kevin O'Sullivan out to the mound. He's going to bring the whole infield in to have a little discussion here on how to handle Eddie Madrigal. He's one of those guys that grounded over to first base. There were 4 straight outs that were 3 unassisted.
Looks like O'Sullivan is talking to Sandifer, and I mean, he's a ground ball, the two-seam fastball that he is throwing is nasty. He's getting a bunch of ground balls, and it's just a 1-0 count, but I guarantee that conversation was to Sandifer, but it was to the whole infield going, hey, you know what, you guys want to get prepared because he is on his game right now, and you guys need to be ready for any ground ball coming. And the conversation's pointed at Sandifer, but it's kind of intended for everybody else. And hopefully Sandifer recognized that.
Boy, Madrigal was way out in front of that changeup.
Well, it looks good coming out of the hand, and it's about 13 miles an hour off of that fastball. So throw it again.
Yeah. 1-2 the count. Bowen just looked over the dugout. Obviously somebody said something in his earpiece and gave it the old head shake like, I got you. Let's see what they have in store for Madrigal. Another one.
All right, I'm not throwing any more.
Yeah.
That's too many. 3 is too many of the changeup variety.
Ben McDonald used to talk about slow, slow, fast.
Yeah.
He likes that sequence as a pitcher.
Yeah, no, I mean, just three of anything is too many. You need to reset everybody.
Ground ball to Kurland as he went back to the heater at 93 and got the ground ball. 3-0, Florida out in front. We'll talk with Kevin O'Sullivan on the other side. Bottom of the 4th inning, Florida leading Auburn 3-0. Joining us down in that dugout, Kevin O'Sullivan. And Sully, these weekends are always, there's generally a storyline that appears every single week in a different one. For us right now, Blake Sear seems to have been founding some barrels in the baseball. Talk to me about Blake Sear and what he means to this club.
Yeah, he's playing with a lot of emotion, and obviously he's had, I think, 2 3-run homers this weekend. It's really helped us, and, you know, he sat on one pitch and got it and didn't miss it. So, you know, luckily enough for us, because obviously the starter we're facing is pretty darn good himself.
Yeah, talking about starters and Sandifer, man, he has been lights out. That power sinker at the bottom of the zone. Last inning, a bunch of changeups. Talk to us about him.
Yeah, he's got some weapons. He's got that kind of that sweeper, you know. He's got that cutter to the left-handers, and he uses occasionally the right-handers, and he's got his changeup. That's what he got the leadoff hitter out with, I think on a 2-2 count. So, but he's just efficient, and we're playing good defense behind him for the most part, and that's what he does. He gets a lot of ground balls.
All right, buddy, we'll let you go. Thanks, Sully.
Thanks, Coach.
And before the game today, talking to Suggs, talking to us about like his bullpen is set up pretty good today. If they can get to that 6th inning with this lead, he feels like he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, you can move into the kind of the big league mode where they got the 7, 8, 9, you know, with Reith, Lugo Chanchola, and Reitner. And if they get it set up, they could probably get, you know, somewhat in the 6th inning maybe and extend somebody for 1 or 2. But, yeah, they're in a good spot bullpen-wise. Auburn's not bad.
Little pop-up out in shallow right. Rembert is there.
But Hetzler threw a couple pitches last night and got that double play to end the game. So you kind of feel like both bullpens are really set up for a show. But these starters so far have been lights out other than 1 pitch.
We were just talking about Blake Sear and what his bat has done this weekend. This is what he did. Remember, Butch Thompson told us this had a 73% catch chance. Instead, it looked like a pop-up, a deep pop-up, a deep fly ball, if you will, not necessarily a pop-up. This one's to Rivera, and a high throw. Tag made at first by Madrigal. Things got sped up a little bit there, but Tigers get the out.
Petrovic runs a fastball in. Guevara bobbles it, picks it up with a bare hand. High throw, and I mean, just textbook play both ways. Guevara going with the bare hand, not picking it up with the glove. And then Madrigal knowing that he's got to come off the bag and makes the catch and then looks for the tag of the runner.
Quickly 2 down. Landed Stripling.
I'm thinking Blake Sear was shocked that he got a fastball inner part of the plate. I've gone deep 3 times. The last thing they're going to throw me is going to be a fastball inside.
Well, how about the check swing? Stripling is retired, and that was another quick inning for the Auburn Tigers. We played 6 pitches. Been a wrestling match here in Gainesville between these 2 top 20 programs, Florida and Auburn. 3-0 Gators out in front as we move to the 5th inning. And we are super excited about wrestling. WrestleMania 42 is tonight and tomorrow in Las Vegas, highlighted by WWE's biggest stars. You can stream it on the ESPN app using the ESPN Unlimited plan. Sign up or log in with your TV provider to unlock your access. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific on ESPN2 tonight and ESPN tomorrow. Of course, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton going for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Cody, a big Georgia Bulldog fan.
Yeah.
Been on game day a few times. 2-0 the count to Ethan Bingaman. Ground ball to third. Surowick knocks it down across the diamond. No chance. Boy, another tough chop over there. That's a couple in a row now to Surowick.
Well, this infield's getting baked a little bit right now, so it is a fast infield right out front of home plate. You can see that chop. And that second spin just eats Surowick up. Tough play, but it's an E5.
Yeah.
How about Sandifer is 3 for 15 in first pitch strikes.
Runner goes, throw down to second. Boy, that was it. They get him. That was an excellent jump over there by Bingaman, who just picked up his 3rd stolen base of the year.
This is the element of surprise. Bingaman not much of a threat to run. And the fans were hoping that Lawson would keep the glove on him and maybe just cut it just a little bit of help, do a Kent Herbeck and just a little bit of help off the bag.
What happened earlier, Kyle Jones at Florida. Just kind of the little extra, just kind of glide him. Just
a guide.
Yeah,
yes.
Guide him off the bag. Didn't happen there.
Just a little bit of pressure applied to the leg.
Lucas Steele at the plate. Good chance here with nobody out and runner at second base for the Tigers. Gonna claw back into this one. Brandon McCrane on deck, and then Bub Terrell. The bottom half of this lineup right now for Auburn.
Well, Butch said it. Auburn needs to score next. You really feel like that. It was funny. You don't think about it from my perspective of just the range of emotions that these young college guys go through, and that 3-run home run all of a sudden zaps all the energy out of the dugout, and you're just looking for something to get that momentum back into the dugout.
A 3-1 just off the plate. So Sandifer now with 74 pitches here in the 5th inning has 2 on, and see if we don't see some bodies moving around in that Gator bullpen out there in right field. And there it is. Some guys starting to grab some gloves, probably some bands before we get to the glove.
No.
How many bands did you grab?
I had no bands.
Yeah.
I had no weighted balls.
Did a couple of arm swings and you were ready to go.
A couple arm strings, bend over.
Right.
Stretch out a hammy.
Yeah.
And that was the extent of my pre-throwing routine.
Seriously, though, now I'm sure weather had something to do with it, especially in Baltimore. It was cold. But, in the summer, during the middle of the year in the summer, how long would it take you to feel like you were ready to go enter a game?
When I started on the mound?
Well, when you were in the bullpen.
Oh, I could be 8 pitches.
Yeah.
Once we got into the season, I could be 8 pitches, and I was hot because you got another 8 warm up.
Yeah.
So by the time that I threw a couple curveballs, couple of fastballs, I could walk in after 7 or 8 pitches.
Did the plan change from your first couple of years in the bigs to the end of your career?
No. You know what? The only thing, I was always prepared. So you play catch, you do whatever you feel like you need to do before the game. And so that always gave me a little bit of a baseline.
Yeah.
So I always felt like, I'm moderately hot no matter what. On days where I threw 2 or 3 days in a row, I wouldn't play catch before the game, so then it would take me a little bit longer because I hadn't thrown a ball yet.
Yeah.
But I gave everybody the heads up, hey, it's going to take me a while.
Surowick fields this one, starts what was Florida hoping to be a double play, ends up being just a fielder's choice. They get the out at second, and runners will be at the corners. I'm sure Surowick was really glad to
get another shot.
Yeah.
And get a clean hop. Seems like he's gotten a couple of not the best hops and not the best angles, but another ground ball from Sandifer.
So that'll get us to Bub Terrell, the 9-hole hitter. 0 for 1 today. His average has dipped down to 281.
Came into the game hitting 180 in SEC play. Really struggling with off-speed pitches with depth.
So a good back foot sliders here, something you're thinking that we might see?
Yeah, you're going to see the Sandifer pitch that's got some depth to it, not the sweeper that stays more on plane. But even that sinker that he throws might give Terrell some fits.
Boy, Bub is some kind of good-looking athlete, though. 6'3", 237 pounds is really, he's had about 15 pounds of muscle since last year. I mean, look at those thighs. I mean, if he catches one, it is going to go a long way.
Well, he's had a couple of big home runs in SEC play. He's just a swing away from getting back mentally, and that was a good swing right there. He's just in that mode right now. Yesterday, he takes a fastball, strike one. Takes a fastball, ball one, and then goes chasing a breaking ball out of the zone to get the pitcher back into the count. And so he's just mentally, I think it's wearing on him a little bit, and he's just looking for that hit to get things right.
Runner goes, swing and a miss, a pump fake down to second. So McCrane will be at second with a stolen base. That'll be his 13th of the year. He remains perfect, 13 out of 13.
Well, Florida's infield is back right now, so they're going to concede a run. Terrell can hit a ground ball to the right side.
The 1-2. Up and in.
Man, it doesn't matter where you're at in the batting order. They keep moving him down. I think he was in the 4 or 5 hole on Thursday, 8 hole last night, 9 hole today. Always comes up in big spots.
Fouls that one off. For only the second time this season, Bub Terrell has gone back-to-back games without a hit. An 0 for 4 in game 1, 0 for 2 yesterday. That one's lifted in the air, down the line, long run for Yost. Oh, what a catch! That'll get a run home, but Hayden Yost might have saved a couple of runs.
Folks, this catch is as good as you will ever see. Sinker down and away. Terrell gets out there and hooks it. Yost has got to worry about wall on 2 sides. That's the second catch that he has made right now that has just been off the charts.
2 down now, and Mason McCrane to the plate. If Bub Terrell gets a sac fly and an RBI, it's 26 of the season.
He'll take that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice piece of hit, and he got out there and hooked it.
Mason McCrane yesterday gets put in that leadoff spot, has 2 home runs. Now with 3 on the year and 27 runs batted in.
What did I tell you last night? If he's not leading off again today, after that was the only time he's led off all season was yesterday. It's been Rembert and Bristol Carter. Oh, nice pick. Behind the plate by Carson Bowen.
Ernesto Lugo Canchola, the left-hander, sat back down, but he'd been up throwing. He has been their workhorse out of the bullpen, and really, at this point in the season, he's really their left-handed option, the left-handed option.
Yeah, he really is. He's the one guy on the left side that O'Sullivan trusts. You feel like you got a little pocket with Fralick and Madrigal. And the 3 through 5 spots, if they should come up. Carson Bowen's going to go out and have a conversation with Sandifer.
Little stoppage in play for a moment will give us an opportunity to tell you the first round of the NBA playoff starts today. First game at noon. We'll have KD and the Rockets taking on LeBron and the Lakers, and it is LeBron with no Reeves and no Luca at 8:30 Eastern time on ABC and the ESPN app. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq tip-off coverage at 8 o'clock. They'll also be back at 11 Eastern to break down our game and the other 3 game ones that are on the schedule. The 5th 3-ball count of the game right here for Russell Sandifer. That ball is sharply hit, base hit. Brandon McCrane will come in to score. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Well, that conversation was trying to get on the same page. McCrane, as we talked about, has been scorching hot. And I don't really understand it. I mean, Sandifer's throwing a nasty 2-seam fastball. They elect to go with a 4-seamer up in the zone. And that is what McCrane stung yesterday twice. 4-seam fastballs up in the zone.
Well, that is the first hit of the game for Russell Sandifer, and that'll be the last batter he faces as Kevin O'Sullivan asks for the baseball. So Sandifer gets into the fifth with 2 outs. So the man they're quickly calling Everyday Ernesto making his way back onto the field. Back in a moment. And if you've watched any Florida Gator baseball this year, you have gotten to meet Ernesto Lugo Canchola. He has become Everyday Ernesto, leads the team with his 20th appearance, was the Division II National Pitcher of the Year last year at Northwest Nazarene College. Spent a little bit of time at the University of Utah, also some junior college time, but he has found a home here with the Gators. You see the numbers: 36 strikeouts and 8 walks and 25 2/3.
Yeah, really nice lefty, nice wipeout breaking ball. Great job by Sandifer. No earned runs. There was an E5 to start this inning. But man, tough league, 4 2/3. You walk out giving up 1 hit, and you're out of the game.
Yeah, with no decision potentially. It will be a no decision for him, yeah, regardless.
Yeah, no potential.
Yeah, nothing. You get nothing today for your work, except a Gatorade and get to be a cheerleader from here on out the rest of the afternoon. This is game 3 of this series between the Gators and the Tigers. Florida won our opening game 6-3, and then yesterday Auburn battled to a 5-3 victory. 1-0 the count to Eric Guevara. High fly ball out to left. Blake Sear to the warning track, and he'll stop there and make a catch. Woo. He didn't miss it by much, but this was the highlight of the inning for Florida. A running catch from Hayden Yost. 3-2 Florida. The Auburn Tigers had a nice little stretch of 8 straight at home, but now they're in a stretch of 12 of the next 15 on the road, and they are here in Gainesville taking on 20th ranked Florida. The Tigers and the Gators going at it. Auburn ranked 13th in the country. They trail by a run as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Cade Curlin, fly ball out to left. Mason McCrane will make the catch. 1 down. But both these teams, Florida may be ranked 20th in the country right now in the D1Baseball.com top 25, but they are, see at number 4? That's an important number for Florida. They are among the top 5 in the RPI. Alabama sits there at number 4, Texas number 2, Auburn at number 7. Both those teams right now, according to D1Baseball.com, also top 8 national seeds, meaning they would host a regional and a super if they were to get out of the regional. Last year, the SEC sent 13 teams, but look on the right column. LSU and Vanderbilt. Who would have thought that LSU would be 64 in the RPI and Vanderbilt 94 right now? Commodores walked off last night. Grand slam home run in Lexington. A tough loss. It has been just a tough season for the Doors.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pitching. It's been a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had them last year in the regionals where they got knocked out, and they weren't playing Vanderbilt baseball.
As a number 1 overall seed, by the way. Didn't get out of the regional at home.
But they got a lot of work to do to get those RPIs up.
Listening to Jay Johnson last night of LSU, very frustrated with his team offensively. Just hasn't been the season he had hoped. He went to the portal to try to get some bats from fresh bats, but other than Jake Brown, there hasn't been any consistency. Derek Curiel, who's an uber talented player and going to be a high draft pick, just hasn't had the kind of season he was hoping for. You see it a lot with guys that had great freshman seasons take a little dip as a sophomore. But it's been tough going in Baton Rouge. They lose last night to Texas A&M in game 1 of that series. Boy, Petrovic thought he had a strike. Instead, it's ball 4.
Well, that has been a strike. This is a tight zone. This is a major league tight zone. There's no give on the corners. Bottom of the zone's been just a shade inconsistent.
I mean, other than that 3-run homer, which is a big shot, don't get me wrong, but Petrovic has had a nice afternoon.
Oh, he's having a great year. You got this guy as your number 3 starter.
There's a strike to Hayden Yost.
Didn't you know that he was going to come up to the plate? You make that catch?
Absolutely. Big swing and a miss there. It's 0-2.
Curlin's not much of a threat to run, but trying to push some buttons now with this shift. Moving over, Auburn with 2 strikes on Yost. Excuse me, on Stanford.
That one's down in the dirt. How about Hayden Yost today defensively?
This one's just a great catch right at him. Very difficult catch, but this one is unbelievable. I don't care what you do at the plate. If you're going to do that,
you're going to play, right?
You were the reason we weren't talking about how many hits Auburn had for 4.5 innings.
Nice change up there, but fouled off at the plate by Yost. That is right at the knees, called strike 3. How about 94 miles an hour. He had an 80-mile-an-hour changeup just a second ago.
Yeah, well, that's just a whole bunch of off-speed leading up to this, and you know that you got a guy beat. You've shown him changeups. You get a slider to get ahead. And you know that if you dial up a little extra velo on that four-seam fastball, you're going to lock him up, and that's exactly what happened.
Top of the lineup, Kyle Jones singled, but was caught stealing. I don't know if he was really caught stealing. He was actually off the bag after he successfully stole the bag and was
persuaded?
Yeah, encouraged. Yeah.
Encouraged off the bag?
Yeah, gently nudged off the bag and was called out. Kevin O'Sullivan had a few discussions with a couple of our umpires about it, but to no avail.
Yeah, that's just one of those judgment calls of did he help him off the bag, and Christopher Griffith at second base did not feel like he did. I tended to agree.
2-1.
See Jones kind of shaking that one off, going, what was I thinking right there? 2-0, he gets a fastball right down Broadway, and he is just late to the party, thinking that he's going to get something off speed from Petrovic.
Out to right center. Bingaman and Terrell. It'll be Bingaman. And the inning is over. The Gators will leave a runner. They lead by 1 through 5 here in Gainesville. Rubber match between the Tigers and the Gators going to the 6th inning. You look at our game summary. Petrovic still on the mound. We assume he's probably earned the right to come back out for the 6th inning. Pitch count still less than 80. Meanwhile, Sandifer has called it a day on the mound. Gave up just 1 hit, no earned runs. But Kevin O'Sullivan went to his experienced lefty to get the 3rd out of the 5th inning. And Lugo Cancella will start the 6th inning. And he will face Chase Fralick, the designated hitter for the Tigers this afternoon. First pitch he sees, skies it a mile in the air left side. Who's going to make the catch? It'll be the left fielder, Blake Sir.
I thought this was where Lugo Cancella was going to come in, was this little pocket of lefties, which is Fralick. You got Rembert righty, Madrigal lefty. Lucas Steele switch hitter a little bit further down the line, but O'Sullivan felt like, hey, this is the spot right here where the game's on the line.
This Florida outfield, pretty solid defensively. We've seen some great plays this weekend. Chris Rembert steps in 0 for 2. Blake Sears had a great catch. We know Kyle Jones has the capability. He just covers a lot of ground out there. He makes some things look easy. And we've seen Yost tonight, or this afternoon, with a couple of just highlight reel type stuff.
I think Jones is kind of looking around going, all right, you guys going to give me a chance to make a play here? You know, I mean, he's the only, he hasn't had, everything he's had has been routine.
He might slow play one just so he can lay out.
Jim Edmonds?
Yeah, exactly. Edmonds was the best.
It's the absolute king of slow playing to be able to make a diving catch.
Rembert 0 for 2 today. Now it's 3-1.
Well-located four-seam fastball to get back in the count. Game 1, Rembert really struggled to cover the outside part of the plate. Yesterday, he was able to get out there, get a couple of hits.
That one's fouled out of play. Ernesto came in on Thursday night in Game 1 of this series and pitched well, as Florida ended up winning that one 6-3. Inning in a third, a couple of strikeouts through 18 pitches.
He's probably going to be asked to go a little bit longer today. They used up McNeely yesterday.
You know, interesting story about Ernesto. I'll tell you after this 3-2 pitch and how he ended up here at Florida. Breaking ball shot foul. Ernesto was at Northwest Nazarene College Division II. They made it to the College World Series. He got in the portal after the season, and Kevin O'Sullivan said they just kind of found his file video of him in the portal, the listed portal. There was some video of him. They watched, they liked it. So he called Joe Urso, who's the head coach at the University of Tampa, who won the national championship last year. Foul back out of play again. Who saw Ernesto at the Division II College World Series. And he said, and Sully called Coach Urso and said, what do you think about this Ernesto Lugo Cancello kid? And he says, sign him. Sign him now. No more questions.
Did he really?
And Sully immediately got on the phone, got him to the program. Out to right field. Here's Jones with a chance, and that one drops in front. So a base hit for Rembert with one out.
Well, that's just old school, where you call an opposing coach that's seen him or a scout, and you know, one of the coaches we talked to this week, I think it was Butch. It's just that's gone.
Yeah.
You know, where it's you're talking to agents, and the whole aspect of talking to scouts and guys that have actually seen him in person is completely gone.
Yeah, the recruiting world has definitely changed just really in the last 3 years.
Yeah. But no, that's a great story. Well, I mean, the numbers he put up at Northwest Nazarene, 13-0, a 2 ERA, Division II Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah. That all works.
That's a pretty good resume.
Yeah. By the way, Tampa won the national championship last year. They've won multiple under Joe Urso, who's won over 1,000 games. And anybody that follows college baseball knows he's one of the legendary minds and managers of the game at this level. Here's the 2-0 to Eddie Madrigal. Fouled straight back. Auburn playing catch up. Gave up a 3-run homer in the first.
Found a way to scrap a couple unearned runs last inning.
Now it's 3-1. Auburn split a couple midweek games with Georgia Tech, #2 team in the country. That'll certainly help your RPI. Lost a series to Texas, and boy, what a series that was in Auburn. That was some high-level stuff going on that weekend. They won the first game 4-3, lost the second game 7-6, and then shut out in game 3 against the Longhorns.
Game 1, they stole in the 9th inning on the air out in center field. And then the next night they had bases loaded and hit a hot shot to third base to end the game. And then when you don't score any runs, you can't win.
That ball's hit high in the air out to right. Hayden Yost on the run. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Hey, our Stanley Cup playoffs first round coverage continues 5:30 Eastern with 2 more game 1s. The Wild will square off against the Stars, and we cap the night with the Flyers and the Pens. All on ESPN and the ESPN app. The road to the Cup is officially on. Catch that tonight. Kevin O'Sullivan on his way to the mound. This might be just a discussion. It seemed like there wasn't. I've been kind of casually looking at that bullpen. Didn't seem like anybody had really been up for any length of time.
No. There's Ricky Reith is up. He pitched on Thursday night. He is not quite yet ready. O'Sullivan is buying a minute. You got the right-handed Bingaman, who has been swinging a hot bat. So a little conversation about that. Lucas Steele up behind him as a switch hitter. So just trying to get everybody on the same page.
So Bingaman reached on an error and scored last inning. Also walked today.
Pretty sure O'Sullivan didn't walk out there and go throw a four-seam fastball right down the middle.
That's that look kind of says it, like, did he really just throw a four-seam right down the middle?
Did you guys forget what I just said not to do to a guy that's swinging a really hot bat right now?
Bingaman with 4 home runs on the year and 20 RBIs. True freshman out of the Redlands, California. Rated a top 30 overall prospect coming out of high school. Really considered one of the elite pitchers in the country. But has thrown just 1 inning this year. That came against Nebraska earlier in the year.
Well, Butch was saying, you know, he started swinging it so well in fall ball that we haven't really needed him in the bullpen. And as long as he's swinging it like he is, I don't know how much he's going to see on the mound. Yeah. At least this year.
The other guy's Mason McCrane, the other guy that can pitch too. And he says these guys will throw some light bullpens just to kind of keep them going, and they'll kind of, but they're both swinging the bat so well, and it's hard to really to do both at a high level, especially with freshmen. He was trying to explain to me the work that goes into that. Oh, they haven't picked off. Throw to second in time, and that'll get the Gators off the field. Good job by Stripling to make a good throw down to second base. 3-2 Florida.
the real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
It begins June 12th. LSU, your defending champs. They're going to have to get on one of those exceptional heaters if the Tigers want to defend that title.
They have to do what Florida did last year.
I know. It's hard to believe that Florida started conference play 1-11 last year, had to work their tails off just to get into the field.
Yeah.
They get to Omaha. Or excuse me, did not. They had a tough time on the road, Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina with a great run all the way to the championship. Hard shot out to second, or I should say shallow right.
Can I write down 9-3?
You could. That's about as close as we're going to get.
That's a 4.5 to. oh, look at, yeah. I mean, that ball's blistered. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean,
Lawson's a pull side guy, and they got Rembert out in right field to give him a little bit more range.
That'll take us to Surwick. By the way, Coastal having another great year this year.
What a program.
Yeah, they just phenomenal. I had a chance to. Yeah, this is what Lawson thinks of the shift. Just watch this reaction. I mean, he is. He's in right field.
He is. That's 9-3. Walking up the tunnel. Stay away from everybody. Don't let anybody see you.
Except us. Except us on our camera.
Except we caught it.
Except America now. Right.
Very professional way to do it.
Certainly an All-American candidate at shortstop for Florida.
Probably one of the best left-handed bats in the SEC, if not the country. The next option is to do a pull bunt if you're Lawson.
Yeah.
To the second baseman.
Well, they had Surwick played perfectly as Rembert was shading up the middle. But again, Surwick, I mean, has he missed a ball today?
No. This one's just a shade down the bat handle, but it still almost took Petrovic's head off. Fastball in. I mean, I finally got over having nightmares of that scenario right there where the baseball's coming back at my face. And you don't expect it on a fastball in. You expect it on pitches away or out over the plate.
Bowen looking for his first hit this weekend, or today. He's 0 for 2.
He's been quiet at the plate. 1 for 4 in game 1. But has been solid defensively in calling games. Had a big RBI double in game 1.
He's 1 for 11 this weekend. Petrovic, 83 pitches. That one's high in the air, out to right center, and Bub Terrell is there to chase it down, shy of the track. Petrovic, through 6, has been impressive. Just one mistake cost him 3 runs, but his club trails by a run. You are watching the SEC on ESPN from Condren Family Ballpark here in Gainesville. One-run game. We've had two dynamite games in this series already. This one's shaping up to come down to the wire once again. This afternoon at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. We'll have the NCAA gymnastics team finals. Minnesota, Florida, LSU, and Oklahoma will compete for the national championship. Our pre-meet studio coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern time, 12:30 Pacific. The Gators seeking their 4th gymnastics championship title and the first since 2015. Good luck to all the ladies. What will be an exciting day of gymnastics. Ernesto Lugo Cancella working against Ethan Bingaman, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Also picked up a stolen base. Fouls that one straight back, and he's behind 0-2. Well, I guess if you're Kevin O'Sullivan, you really would love to see if you could get Ernesto through this inning.
One more inning. Yeah. They're keeping a tight eye on it. They had Ricky Reith warming up, and then their closer right now, Reitner, is starting to get hot.
Little blooper. Long run for everybody, and no one can catch it. Right in no man's land, and it drops in a leadoff runner for the Tigers.
This ball gets in on the hands. Bingaman, as I said, has been swinging a hot bat, and it's just in the Bermuda Triangle, falls in the middle of nowhere. It looked like Kyle Jones broke back. And the number of balls that have fallen, that have been in the air, that could have been or should have been caught this week is now at about 6. That ball was up there for a long time, but the outfield's playing back.
Bunt is popped up. Lucas Steele 0 for 1 today with a walk. Been steady behind the plate. Haven't noticed him really at all.
No, I mean, he came on the Plains thinking he might be the starting catcher, and then, gives Fralick a shot, and Fralick takes over. Steele has 1 sacrifice bunt on the year.
Pops up another bunt that nobody can get to.
Now, I was not a great bunter, Dave, but breaking balls are a lot easier to bunt than a 93-mile-an-hour fastball coming near you, in my opinion. And so he's had a couple of breaking balls to bunt, and the angle of the bat that Steele's got it on right now is just not a chance to get this bunt down.
The 0-2 decides to swing out to left. Blake Sear is there for the catch. So you're saying that you didn't create a instructional video on how to bunt?
No, there will never be a video of me bunting anywhere on the internet.
Kevin O'Sullivan is going to go to the bullpen. He's already signaled for the right-hander. We assume that'll be Joshua Reitner. Their big gun on the back end without Jackson Barberi, who was out with a sore oblique. They have turned to Reitner. So every day, Ernesto. It's a nice round of applause from the Gator faithful. We'll update the change on the other side. The new Gator arm, Joshua Reitner. 6'2", 210 out of Tampa, Florida. He has been a steady force out of that bullpen. 7 saves, ERA at 3.7, 35 Ks and 12 walks. And they are asking him to work hard today.
8 outs, old-time closer role right here, where you're multiple innings. Saw him on Thursday night, electric fastball, 97 to 99, cutter, slider, changeup. This is a real arm.
Yeah, on the first game of the series, Reitner picked up the save, pitched an inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 1.
It's funny, so when I was talking to Coach O'Sullivan yesterday, we was talking about using Reitner. You know, it was a 6-3 game, but he goes, you know, I know the importance of getting that game and making sure that we walk out of there with a win. And I said, Sully, brother, hey, us closers love those 3-run leads. You know, I was like, every once in a while, you know, give me the cookie of a 3-run lead and let me, you know, get the easy save. And he goes, I have never thought about that.
Yeah, as opposed to coming on with runners at second and third and 1 out.
Or a one-run lead with 3, 4, 5 coming up in the 9th. Yeah. Give me the 3-run lead, please.
0-1 on Brandon McCrane, who's 0 for 2, average at 355. You know, the McCrane boys, first 2 games, hit back-to-back. First game, they were hitting 8th and 9th. Then they were hitting 9th and then 1. Throw down to second. Oh, my gosh, what a tag by Cade Curlin. Off the short hop, stayed with it, and they got the out.
Well, how about this throw from Bowen? This slider takes him way wide, and he goes sidearm. I don't know if he got that initial tag in now that I'm looking at it. Christopher Griffiths calls it on the tag right there. I don't know if he got it on the body. How about that? McCrane's going no, Bowen's going yes.
To catch that ball on a short hop coming at 90 miles an hour and make the tag, to me, it's just so impressive.
On the run. You're on the move, too. So he's moving into that spot, picks it clean.
I think he got him.
The booth is saying yes. I'm saying I don't know if that glove got on the tag, but I haven't seen anything that is going to overturn it.
Again, there are 2. They rotate them out, but there are 2 on-field officials that they moved to Birmingham to the Video Review Center on the weekends to look at these. And here we go.
After review, the runner at second is out. Auburn has used 1 challenge. They have 1 remaining.
And both of the umpires that are in the Video Review Center have to be in agreement. If they are split, then it goes to the call on the field. Will stand. But Cade Curlin with that exceptional tag.
Just the whole play.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
Bowen's sidearm, and that little thing right there, Auburn trying to get into position.
That was pretty good effort by Reitner. Comes in and throws 4 pitches, gets him off the field, head to the bottom of the 7th. Well, it's been a big weekend for this guy, Blake Sear, wearing number 5. He has, when he's hit the ball, he's hit it really, really hard. He did that on Thursday, did this yesterday. And guess what he did today in the first inning? There seems to be a pattern developing.
That every time that he gets the pitch that he's hunting for, he goes deep.
3 hits apiece, but Florida leads where it matters. 3-2 our score as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Petrovic back on the mound for Auburn. Up to 85 pitches. Petrovic has given up 3 earned runs on those home runs, but he struck out 4, walked 2. Only 3 hits. He's been really good all year. I mean, this is not a surprise. 6-1 on the season.
No, he just got ambushed by Sear in the first inning. So by Sear taking those first 2 fastballs and the way he took them shows me that he's hunting something else. And then you see him go chasing that slider down and away. He was up there his first, until 2 strikes, hunting that slider, hoping he gets something out over the plate to do some damage.
Boy, didn't see that one coming. Called strike 3. And after that first inning, he's only faced 1 batter over the minimum.
Yeah, you had to walk to Stanford in the 5th. This is just a front door breaking ball. I don't think Petrovic wanted to throw it there, but it ended up locking up Sear.
Here's Landon Stripling.
The velocity hasn't ticked down a bit from Petrovic. Started the game at 94, still at 94, coming up on pitch number 90.
And just pumping strikes like it's nothing.
Well, you want to know how you go deep in a game? You throw strikes, you get people out, you move in quickly, and you have multiple pitches that you can throw for strikes.
Popped him up. That's going to get out of play into the seats.
Did I make that sound easy enough, Dave?
Yeah, simple.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's just a basic. Throw 3 or 4 pitches for strikes about 65 to 70% of the time that have good movement, good location.
This was his last start against Kentucky.
Complete game.
92 pitches, 8 strikeouts, and no walks against the Cats.
And an 11-0 shutout.
That will be about as easy as it can get for Petrovic. What has been the defining thing for him today? Like, what has made him successful?
I mean, for me, it really is. You don't know what's coming. And that one, that last pitch that he just made, he had been 4 seamers, showing a changeup away, and then he runs a 2-seamer in on the hands, which is really difficult for right-handers to run 2-seamers in on lefties. And that's why you saw that really weak ground ball. If that was a wooden bat in Major League Baseball, it's all over the infield.
Yeah. Here's Kate Curlin looking for his first hit. His average down to 248. Big swing from Kate. Fouls it back. 1-1 the count. Still got some juice on that fastball.
Yeah, I mean it hasn't gone down an ounce, which goes to show the training that he's gone through. Normally you see a guy with the adrenaline in the first inning of being 95, 96, and then he settles in at 93. Petrovic came out 94, 95, and we're still seeing 94s here on coming up on 100 pitches.
On a very warm day in Gainesville.
And that's just the mix that, I'm talking about, of where Fastball's in, a changeup in, and then here comes a slider away. Nobody has a quadrant they can pick and look at. I mean, obviously Blake Sear guessed right and got that slider in the first inning, but after that, man, it's been just a great mix in sequence between him and Lucas Steele.
To third. Guevara across the diamond. It makes the play, and that'll get Auburn off the field. Well, if that's all we see of Petrovic, it was a fantastic day. Just one pitch cost him 3 runs back in the first. Otherwise, he has been super solid. Three-2, Florida out in front. Alex Petrovic has been fantastic today, and
he's stalking. Nobody's talking to him.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. I mean, it doesn't
He's
look.
going back out.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking to him. Nobody's hugging him. No high fives. And he's stalking the dugout, waiting for that next run or two.
Well, we are in a one-run game. Every pitch of utmost importance, and Bub Terrell, high fly ball, deep to right. Will it stay in the yard? No! Bub Terrell has tied this one up in the 8th. His first hit of the series. Got pulled out of the lineup yesterday, hitting 9th today, and does that.
I mean, that's the first question I asked Butch was how's Bub reacting to getting taken out of the game? Gets a first pitch changeup, maybe a backup cutter, something that didn't do anything at 89 miles an hour. That's Bub Terrell that we saw last year on the Plains, really made a huge splash, leading this team in home runs in SEC play with 4 now. Just when you think, you know, as a closer, you're going, okay, 1-run lead, bottom of the order, you know, I'll just spin something up there, get ahead. This guy hasn't hit anything all weekend. Fourth home run of the series for Auburn.
Mason McCrane with an offensive timeout. Going to talk to Gabe Gross, the Tiger legend.
Gabe's pretty good about talking to these guys and giving them some pitch to go hunting for. He's really good. Here's another look at Bub Terrell. I think that might have been a little hang and cut fastball. Initially he goes, I got that one. And then he started seeing how high it was hit off the bat, and he's going, I better run just in case.
Boy, did he need that. You could just tell the emotion. Because I don't, you know, he could say all the right things, but that had to sting yesterday.
Oh, getting taken. He was at the plate.
shot to first base. Stripling there. Steps on the bag.
He was literally standing in the batter's box, and the dugout called time and asked him to step out, and then they took him out of the batter's box and put in Caden Combs. But that at bat that he had for that sac fly that Yost made,
right,
that probably kind of got things, okay, you know what? I'm getting back on track. So we're going to see Petrovic go back out. They got Ryan Hetzler warming up in the pen. I might give Petrovic another shot. I hate putting a guy out there with a chance to lose the game as well as he's pitched. Knowing, hey, you've done your job. You've given us 7 really good innings.
Yeah.
And if he goes out there and first guy gets on, I bring Hetzler in, and then Petrovic takes a hard loss. But, man, he's dealing.
Yeah, I mean, that last inning was pretty simple. I mean, simple for me to say.
Yeah, well, it's simple up here.
Yeah. 2-2 the count. Reitner trying to lock back in. There's Petrovic. The question becomes, when you're down 3-2, but now you're 3-3. From a manager standpoint, what kind of change dynamic, you know what I mean? Like, does it change how you think about your bullpen now, the arm you want to use? Because you're so late in the game. Ground ball through the right side, the shift. Didn't work that time. And a 15-game hit streak.
It's just a great piece of hitting. Gets to 2 strikes and just finds a way to carve something through that big gaping hole between first and second. You know what? I think if it's 3-2, I mean, Florida's already got their guy in the game.
Yeah.
Auburn's got their guy that we saw for a few pitches on Thursday night, so should be good to go.
Skied in the air.
This might be trouble.
Oh, my goodness, what a catch from Blake Sear. Throws back to first, not in time, but he is almost at shortstop and laid out to make that catch.
I don't know if we have a high sky.
Yeah, something's going on.
Lawson lost this ball. And you can see everybody in scramble mode. Lawson's out of there. I don't know. He couldn't have looked up into the sun, but he just flat lost it. And great hustle from Sear because he was deep left field. That's a long run.
2 outs now. Rembert fly ball. This one will be easier for Yost. But the Auburn Tigers, though, have evened things up with a leadoff home run from Bub Terrell. His game-changing moment, perhaps. Two long-time college baseball coaches going toe-to-toe here in Gainesville. Butch Thompson, Kevin O'Sullivan, and two really good baseball teams. A top 20 matchup, and this series has played out like a super regional. It is 1-1 in the series and 3-3 in Game 3. And for the first time, we see a new arm on the mound for Auburn today. Ryan Hetzler, the junior out of California. He has been their back-end guy most of the last 2 years.
Yep. 3-1, 2-3-0. Fastball is going to be low 90s. Good slider, good changeup. Transfer from Cal Baptist.
I think Alex Petrovic can feel pretty good about his effort today. Again, just one pitch back in the first inning.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, it was as good as there was. He was absolutely dealing. I mean, I know he had a complete game shutout last week against Kentucky. But, man, he's got to look at this game going, all right, one pitch.
Yeah. Cole Stanford to lead things off for Florida here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Gators. Florida sitting on just 3 hits today.
We have a bullpen catcher rushing out to the Auburn pen. I never like to see that, Dave. I just come into the game and all of a sudden it's like there's a scramble to get out to the bullpen. Yeah. I've only thrown 1 pitch. I haven't done anything yet.
Swing and a miss. Boy, Hetzler comes in and just throwing some gas.
I don't think I've seen a 98 out of Hetzler. That one is high level.
How about that graphic? 2 for 5 in the first, since then 1 for 19 from the Gators. Out to center field, Bub Terrell makes the catch. 2 down. Yeah, Hetzler went 97 and then followed that up with 98 on his last batter.
Yeah, started out 95, 97, and it was like, all right, yeah, you didn't catch up to that 97, so I'm going to dial it up. 1 more tick on the velo.
These kids today, their arms are unbelievable. There's another 98 for you. To Kyle Jones, 1 for 3 with a single.
Hetzler is majoring in sports psychology.
That ball's hit hard, but right at Bub Terrell. How about a 6-pitch inning in the bottom of the 8th? We're heading to the 9th in a tie ball game. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Auburn. hot Blake Sear. Hey, Yo's coming up big time for the Gators. Bob Terrell has tied this one up in the 8th. And now we head to the 9th. Still tied in 3. It has been a really good pitching day for Game 3 of a weekend series.
Yeah, this is not the norm.
Yeah.
You come to a Game 3 in the SEC and you're going, is it going to be 11-10, 11-0?
But today we got 3-3 with a total of 8 hits in the game. Eddie Madrigal looking for his first hit as he steps in there. Count even 1-1. Joshua Reitner, that one is slapped to the left side. Again, there was a big hole in that left side as Lawson was playing close to the bag at second. So a leadoff runner on, and now the mind's going to be working in that Auburn dugout.
Well, that's exactly it. But now we go back to what I was talking about in the shift. You know, I'm throwing 98.
Yeah.
And I'm throwing fastballs away to a really good hitter. It's not off to a great start. And all he does is just stay inside of a 98, which isn't that hard to do. I don't think I could catch up to it. And just slices it into left field.
Not pitching to the shift.
Not pitching to the shift. We're going to get a pinch runner for Madrigal. He's got Cade Ballou.
Yep. So Cade will jog out to first base.
Ballou adding a little bit of speed and athleticism over at first base right now. That'll get everybody's mind spinning.
So no thoughts of putting a bunt down? I mean, are we past that?
Well, you got, I mean, Bingham's scorching hot. Neither one of these guys are known for playing small ball and laying down sack bunts. Auburn's got 12 on the year. Bingaman has exactly none.
I love that. Exactly none. So maybe the surprise attack. And now he's ahead 2-0.
Yeah. Taking a look down. Now you know you're getting a fastball to bunt if you want to do it, but
sharply hit, just foul. He got 99 miles an hour and got out in front of it.
yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of looking around going, okay, is this gun a little hot? I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's 98, 99 right now. But 2-0, you're geared up for one pitch.
There's a strike. 2-2 now.
A nice recovery by Reitner. Get your fastball spun down the left field line. You got to do something different. Comes up with a little cut fastball at 91.
Sharply hit to third, knocked down by Surowick, but he can't make a play. Boy, that ball was a hot shot, but Surowick's had a couple of errors already today.
Yeah, he's had 2 errors already on a couple, but this one's got to go down as a hit. Hot shot, backhand. He's playing down the line. He's in a no doubles mode.
They're going to give him an error on that. That ball had to be 100+ miles an hour off the bat. Well, we got a second. Don't forget this year's NFL Draft is in Pittsburgh. The 3-day event begins Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. We'll have every pick once again on ESPN along with our usual expert analysis. You can also catch it on the NFL Network. And as always, ABC's coverage focuses on the prospect's journey to the draft. Auburn and Florida, these two schools right here have produced some offensive linemen over the years, and they've got two that are considered the top 2 centers in the draft. Jake Slaughter and Connor Lew.
I love a good center. Don't you?
Yes, gotta love it.
I mean, the fingers are all gnarled up, and you know,
who would want to do that? Like,
yeah, because you got this 370-pound dude across from you that you got to find a way to navigate. Now we got an offensive meeting with Gabe Gross. We saw Lucas Steele attempt to bunt twice, and that was back in the 7th.
Boy, I tell you what, as good as Searlewick has been at the plate this entire series, just mashing baseballs, even when they were out, they were hit hard. It has been a tough, tough day.
He came in with 3 errors.
Yeah,
he had a .984 fielding percentage.
I think that last one, though, I might have given the hit on that. That ball was smoked.
Yeah.
Regardless, he's going to feel pretty bad about today's numbers defensively. Nobody out and 2 on.
He's coming up in the bottom of the 9th, so he has a chance to make everything right.
And here is Lucas Steele, who squares up.
So you got Florida playing their bunt defense to get the lead out at third base. Stripling is crashing.
They're going to try to pick at second. Cade Ballou back in time.
Well, trying to keep Ballou close to give them a chance to get him at third base. If Steele doesn't make a good bunt here down the third base line.
Oh, it is a good one. The play's only to first, and the throw is off the mark. Auburn's going to take the lead. Cade Ballou scores to make it a 4-3 game.
4 Gator errors. I mean, this is just classic PFP. Steele gets a perfect bunt. Reitner's got plenty of time. He stays on the back foot. Ball sails a little bit wide. He had time to get himself into it and move towards the bag with just a little footwork. He doesn't. He stays on the back foot. Ball sails on him.
And runners still at second and third.
And nobody out.
Yeah. Boy, it's just a tough day defensively for the Gators. And now the infield in. Here's a look at the Gator defense and how they line up here. 2-0 count.
Got to find a way, if you're Reitner, to settle in and make a pitch. And he does right there. 2-0 cutter. You got to let everything go. You got to find a way to get a punch out, pop up, weak ground ball into the infield.
Now it's 2-2.
I think I'd do more of that.
Yeah.
98 painted on the outside corner.
Brandon McCrane is looking for his first hit today. Fouls that one off at the plate. Bingham in at third. Steele at second. Shot down the line. That's going to get 2 more Tigers home. McCrane on his way to second with a 2 RBI double. And it's now 6-3 Auburn.
Brandon McCrane. Now the difference between this and the pitch prior to that, this one is elevated out over, and McCrane's able just to do that flat plane swing, which he does so well. I don't know what that is, but great piece of hitting to shoot that 98 down the right field line.
So here comes Ricky Reith to replace Joshua Reitner. And Auburn has themselves a little bit of cushion. And remember this, there's still nobody out. And they put 3 on the board. They had the Bub Terrell home run in the 8th to tie this up. Gave them a little bit of life, and they have taken advantage.
I think the Barbary injury has forced Logo Canchola to go a little bit longer, and then you bring Reitner in a lot earlier than you want to.
Well, here is Ricky Reith now, 2-0, making his 8th appearance. 15 strikeouts, a couple of walks.
Transfer from Notre Dame. 47 games pitched there, a career 7-6 and a 4.95. Fastball is going to be 90 to 93. Power sinker guy that we saw Thursday night got touched up a little bit.
Well, not too long ago, this occurred in the 8th inning off the bat of Bub Terrell. His first hit of this series. I would say that he was excited for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. He got taken out of the batter's box yesterday in a big spot, bases loaded.
9 home runs on the year now.
Butch said he talked to him this morning, and Bub told him, he goes, my mind's right. He goes, I'm all right. He goes, I don't know where my swing is.
Yeah, he was. It's been a struggle.
But he goes, my mind is good. And that's what you love. I mean, coming out, hey, every day's a new day. You got to move past yesterday, good or bad. And Bub Terrell is the advertisement poster board for that today.
He'll step in against Reith. Nobody out. Brandon McCrane at second base after a 2 RBI double. He looks at strike 1. I mean, the Tigers, obviously they still 3 outs away now from winning this one, but Auburn just chugging up the standings. They're looking for their 10th league win, which would match Florida. Nice little backhand pick there. The Bulldogs lead the league heading into today by 1 game, the Georgia Bulldogs at 12-5. They picked up a big win last night in game 2 at Arkansas to even that series. Here's a look at the top half of the standings where Texas, Texas A&M, and Florida. Of course, Texas A&M only 2 games played in their what was supposed to be a 3-game series, obviously, because of weather. I've now jumbled up the numbers a little bit.
Yeah, you don't like that, do you?
No, it just bothers me. It just bothers me. I wish everybody played the same amount of games. Look, man, I got that Florida State math. You start messing with numbers, and I'm going to be out. I'm just going to go ahead and just say I'm out.
Well, we're going to have half games now. On
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that you don't like that.
No. Ground ball to third. Serwick, long throw. Boy, good strong arm there, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Wow, a little sarcastic cheer from the home crowd here.
Tough. So now the top of the lineup and Mason McCrane. Mason, strikeout, ground out, single with an RBI. Grounded out his last time up. Of course, a couple of home runs yesterday, giving him 3 on the year. That ball is hit high in the air. Deep to right center field. It is a souvenir and another home run for Mason McCrane. His 3rd of the weekend. And the McCrane brothers celebrate at home plate.
Well, hanging slider. He comes into the weekend with 1 home run. He's got 4. They call that a cement mixer, Dave, and that was a cement mixer right down Broadway, and Mason McCrane hammered it.
Here is Guevara, who is looking for his 2nd hit. 1 for 4, singled his last time up, 7 home runs. And again, back to Mason McCrane. Ground ball out to Curlin. But Gabe Grosser, hitting coach yesterday, just randomly, we're just at the cage and Mason's in there taking some swings. Actually had a pretty bad BP session yesterday. Whiffed on a couple of pitches, hit the top of the cage. You know what I mean? These guys usually are just hitting missiles all over the field during BP, but it wasn't great. But Gabe says, hey, man, this guy right here, and he points to Mason. He says he hits the ball probably top 3, if not hardest, in our lineup of our offensive players. And I just kind of like, he hadn't played a whole bunch. You know what I mean? It's like, I was like, okay.
Yeah, whatever, Gabe.
Yeah, whatever. 2 home runs yesterday, another one today.
Oh. Well, the one yesterday was an oppo that it was like, I don't think he got that one. That one, right off the bat.
That ball slapped foul. Again, freshman. There is Gabe. Gabe was a pretty good hitter in his own right.
Yeah.
Had a nice, great collegiate career and a nice big league career.
Came onto the Plains as a quarterback, too.
That's right, yeah.
Quarterback outfielder.
He was in that transition era of Tommy Bowden to Tommy Tuberville. Recruited by Tommy Bowden.
He does a great job with these hitters, getting them prepared with the approach, going up there, what to hunt.
That one's up and away.
Gators just can't get off the field here.
No.
5 in. Four errors. 2 of them this inning.
I don't have a number on it, but I would like to see how many SEC teams have won a conference game with 4 errors. I mean,
you're going to have to be matched by somebody giving away that many base runners, either with walks or errors. Just doesn't happen.
And really this weekend, most of the errors have led to the next guy doing something.
Had the 3-run home run by Sear. There's an error before that, or actually a misplayed ball out in center field.
Sharply hit. Rembert with another base knock for the Tigers. That is their 9th hit of the game. Everybody getting in on the party. And there'll be a pinch runner coming out for Auburn. They'll bring in Ty Thompson. And Kevin O'Sullivan said he has seen enough. That'll do it for Ricky Reith, but the Auburn Tigers have had a huge 9th inning. Laid down a bunt that gets away from Cade Curlin. Cade Ballou would come in to score. And then Brandon McCrane shoots one down the line. That would plate a couple of runners. And then shortly after that, Mason McCrane does this to drive in his brother on a 2-run homer. All told, 5 have come home here in the 9th. Caden McDonald, the sophomore out of Tampa, trying to get this the elusive third out in the 9th.
Two-way player. McDonald 3-0 on the year. This is his 13th appearance. 3.38, 26 innings, 25 hits, 26 strikeouts, only 5 walks.
Boy, Butch Thompson, I mean, he was just like thankful, so thankful to get one game the way it went yesterday. And now has a chance to take this series on the road. Remember, coming into this series, 12 of Auburn's next 15 games are on the road.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's welcome to the SEC. You know, hang with them. You had a nice homestand. Now you better go find a laundromat.
Here is Butch Thompson. All of Auburn's last 15 SEC games are against teams currently ranked in the top 15 in one of the major polls. How about that? I mean, just so I say that in the fact to magnify the importance if you can get 2 out of 3 here, because you know the road is going to be tough.
And there you're looking at the rest of the schedule. Yeah, that looks like fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. Finish with Georgia. I tell you, it's this league is just it's a grind every weekend. It's just amazing that 10 weekends that these coaches have to try to put the lineup together that you think is going to be good enough to win. Big swing and a miss from Cade Ballou.
10th hitter of the inning.
Second at bat for Cade Ballou this weekend. He's behind 0-2. Look, Florida's next weekend. The Gators get to host Texas A&M right here at Condren Family Ballpark. That's no Easter buffet. And a swing and a miss. Ballou goes down, and the Gators getting off the field. A somber jog to the dugout. Auburn, though, puts up 5, and the McCrane boys with a big part of it. A 2 RBI double by Brandon, and then Mason with a 2-run homer. Well, as you look at the line score, the day started off nicely for Florida with a 3-run homer. Got things started, and then it is nothing but zeros, except in the far, far, far right column. 4 errors by Florida has helped Auburn in this 8-3 advantage heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. And what is the rubber match of this 3-game series, and Hetzler will try to close things out. They got the right guy on the mound.
Hetzler was dominant last inning. Fastball up to 98. Petrovic's probably looking out going, why couldn't you guys done that like an inning earlier when I could have gotten the W that I deserved?
Bub Terrell moves to left field, by the way. Cade Ballou. Out to center field, and welcome to the game, Cade.
Never fails. As soon as you come into the game, ball will find you.
That was not easy, too. That ball was kind of sinking on a line.
That ball was an L8. I don't want to see what Lawson's going to do now after that. I mean, gets robbed on that ball in the shift and then just blisters that one right at center field.
By the way, our boy Lance Cormier, fellow ESPN announcer with us, and big leaguer, and just all around great guy, just sent me a text and shows me, I think we did the game maybe. So my bad for not thinking, but Alabama beat Florida early this year. Alabama had 4 errors. Florida had 2 in that game. The problem was ground ball out to second. Rimbert makes the play, and that'll be out number 2. But you got to make up for it somewhere. The Gators ended up walking 2, 4, 6, 9 batters in that game.
There you go. Yeah.
There's a reason that they were able to overcome the 4 errors.
Yeah, you get 9 free passes. That's just one of those head scratchers where you go into the clubhouse after the game going, I don't even want to discuss what just happened today.
Gators have been held without a hit since the 3rd inning. Their last chance at the plate, Carson Bowen. And he'll look at another strike, 0-2. Slapped off the netting foul. Tell you what, this is going to be some kind of series. I think that game last night, it's just from a psychological standpoint, really helped Auburn.
Yeah, it really did. And you know what? Down 3-0. Butch has talked about just the roller coaster of emotions in the dugout. And for them to do what he said in our little talk, where we have to score next.
Yeah, that's right. Down 3-0, and
we have to get one across just to get the emotions and the tide back.
That one is down the line and right, and it'll be a foul ball by inches. Bowen had double in his sights. Instead, he'll head back to the plate.
Wow, inches. Just that close. But yeah, I mean, I think last night and losing 2 starters going into the game, Fraley goes out, and for them to scrap their way to a W, I think kind of left them going, hey, you know what? 3-0.
Yeah.
It's first inning. We got 8 more at bats.
Here's the 1-2. Fouled straight back. 97.
Hetzler went from, this is a tight game and I got no window for error, to I got 5 runs and I am just going to pound the zone with 98. 99.
99. How about Bowen staying on 99 and gets the base hit with 2 outs?
That's just a great at bat. Carson Bowen spoiled a couple good pitches, thought he had a double for a split second. Gets a 99 elevated and sprays it to right field.
First hit today. He's now 1 for 4. Now Blake Sear, who has provided some excitement today. Foul ball at the plate. Bowen going to have to head back. Sear with a 3-run homer, also with an outstanding catch in left field. 7 homers and 37 runs batted in now.
Yeah, he's been a huge bright spot offensively, defensively.
That ball's hit high in the air. That is a no-doubter. Blake Sear is on cruise control right now at the plate.
He's knocked in all 5.
He is searing hot, as we would say.
You couldn't wait to do that, could you? I mean, he has gone up there guessing slider twice today, and he's gotten 2 cement mixers that he has absolutely hammered.
Goodness. I don't even know why Bub Terrell even went back to the fence.
It's courtesy.
Oh, okay.
It's a courtesy. Do me the courtesy of giving me the thought and the slightest hope that you might catch this ball. That's all I ever asked for my outfielders. Just, you know what? I know it's going to leave the stadium, but just give me a little bit of a jog that way. Don't stand there and just drop your head or watch it go flying over your head.
Well, 2 outs now, 3-run game. And Landon Stripling will look at one just off the plate. Stripling go for 3 today. Fouls that one off at the plate, 1-1.
Sometimes as a closer, you go from tie game and all the adrenaline, your hair's on fire, and then all of a sudden you get a 5 spot and you're going, deep breath, relax.
Popped him up, and that will get to the seats.
Oh, nice catch.
Yeah, well done.
A Bo Jackson jersey. Wouldn't you think Bo Jackson would have wore 34 on the baseball field?
Yeah, I was just looking at that going.
29.
Who was 34? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I just remember he was 29. And it made no sense to me.
Let's see, that's another souvenir. Seeing if Bo Jackson down there can make back-to-back plays. This time a Gator gets the foul ball.
Ryan Hetzler better wait a second. His third baseman's still out of play.
Loved it first. What a grab at first base by Eddie Madrigal. Or excuse me, Bingaman over at first base.
Madrigal came out. Yeah. Bingaman moved to first. What a play. I mean, we've had some unbelievable defensive plays, but Bingaman just gets up.
What a victory for the Auburn Tigers. They get some good defense to finish it off, and they win back-to-back games after dropping game number 1 6-3. They win 5-3 and 8-5. Big series win for Auburn. Next up, Oklahoma. Next up for Florida. They will get Texas A&M.
It's all about Petrovic today. Just dominant after a 3-run home run in the first inning. Auburn was able to claw back, tie the game up with a Bub Terrell home run. And then they opened it up on a couple of errors by Florida, and that was ball game.
What a weekend for Auburn. Petrovic was fantastic, and the Tigers get enough offense late in this game to win it 8-5 over Florida. So Florida goes to 28-13. The Auburn Tigers will finish things up 27-12 and move on in this stretch. So for Greg Olson, the rest of our exceptional ESPN crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Gainesville, where the Tigers win it. We will step aside for one moment, and then we'll send you to Arizona, Oklahoma State softball. So long, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend.